Little Bambi's Adventure in the Big Forest. Chapter 3: Meeting Mr. Bear. Little Bambi and Little Squirrel walked through the dense forest, sunlight filtering through the leaves, casting dappled patterns on the ground. Little Bambi felt excited to return home. He had forgotten his fear from earlier and was happy to have his new friend by his side. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed through the forest. Little Bambi and Little Squirrel froze in shock. They looked around and saw a large bear standing in front of them. Little Bambi stiffened with fear. He had never seen such a big bear before. "Don't be afraid," Little Squirrel whispered. "Mr. Bear is a kind bear." Little Bambi hesitated, but he didn't know what to do. "Who are you?" Mr. Bear asked in a gentle voice. "My name is Little Bambi," Little Bambi replied softly. "My name is Little Squirrel." Little Squirrel introduced himself. "What are you doing here?" Mr. Bear asked. "I'm lost," Little Bambi replied. "And this little one came to help you?" Mr. Bear asked Little Squirrel. "Yes, I'm taking him home," Little Squirrel replied. "That's very good of you, little one," Mr. Bear praised. "Thank you," Little Squirrel replied. "Are you hungry?" Mr. Bear asked Little Bambi and Little Squirrel. Little Bambi and Little Squirrel nodded. "Then let's find something to eat," Mr. Bear said. Mr. Bear led Little Bambi and Little Squirrel to a large tree. The tree was full of wild fruits. "Eat as much as you like," Mr. Bear said. Little Bambi and Little Squirrel were overjoyed. They quickly devoured the wild fruits with gusto. "Are they delicious?" Mr. Bear asked. "Very delicious," Little Bambi replied. "I'm glad you like them," Mr. Bear said. Little Bambi and Little Squirrel ate the wild fruits until they were full. The sun was starting to set. "Thank you very much, Mr. Bear," Little Bambi said. "You're welcome," Mr. Bear replied. "We must go now," Little Bambi said. "Be careful," Mr. Bear said. "Yes," Little Bambi replied. Little Bambi and Little Squirrel said goodbye to Mr. Bear and continued on their way. Little Bambi felt happy to have his new friend by his side. He was grateful to Mr. Bear for the wild fruits. Little Bambi promised himself that he would never get lost again.